So here's a point between Ohio State University and Stanford. I'm going to show you one thing you should definitely copy, and then one thing you should definitely not copy that's going to help you win more matches. Now, this video is courtesy of J Tennis on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to their awesome channel. I've put their link in the description below. All right, so if we pick up the action in the middle of the point, you see Ohio State here at the bottom crush a cross-court ground stroke, gets the Stanford player in trouble. He gets the weak ball, the Ohio State player does. And when you are inside the baseline, you should look to attack. So hit a strong shot and follow it up to the net. And that's exactly what you see here. Now, I want you to check out the Stanford player. When your opponent is attacking you, you will typically be neutral at best, but really, let's be honest, you'll be a little bit defensive when your opponent is attacking and coming off of an approach shot. So if you're mostly defensive, you shouldn't be going for offensive shots, blistering down the line and cross-court passes, a perfect topspin lob over their head, but rather you should hit more of a neutral ball, and you're trying to get the attacker, the person coming to the net, to deal with a low ball, a low volley or half volley. And that's exactly what Stanford does. All of a sudden, in 1 second, Stanford goes from being in trouble to actually being in charge of the point, because now Stanford sees that his shot went low to Ohio State and he starts coming forward. So Axel Geller starts coming forward. The Ohio State player has a short ball at his feet. And then all of a sudden the point completely changes and we turn defense into offense. Now, why was the Ohio State player so out of position on this pass? Well, there's a simple rule. When you're at the net in singles and you have a low volley or a half volley, you want to hit the ball to the side of the court where you are on. Now, since the Ohio State player ran around this ball to make it a forehand, he needs to keep the ball in front of him, forcing the Stanford player over to the side where the Ohio State player is. Now it's going to be easy to bisect, maybe not easy, but much easier to bisect the Stanford's down the line and cross-court passing shot. But what ends up happening is, on purpose, Ohio State hits the ball over here. That brings the Stanford player on the opposite side as where the Ohio State player is. And now Ohio State is way out of position. Now Ohio State needs to quickly move over. If he doesn't get over in time, the ball's going to go down the line. If he goes over too fast and too early, then Stanford hits behind him. So really, the Ohio State player got in major trouble, not necessarily because the Stanford player gave him the low ball. Yeah, that's one thing. But whether he hits it deep or hits it short, he needs to keep this ball in front of him. Bring the opponent to where you are. See, in singles at the net, if you have a high ball, then you want to end the point. When you have a low ball, you're basically going to prolong the point, but you want to make sure that you do not get yourself out of position. So low balls, you typically hit straight ahead to bring the opponent over to you, so it's easier to bisect where they're going to hit the ball. But once he had that low ball and he hit it on to the other side of the court from where he was completely out of position. Now, if you'd love to use the same strategies the pros use to win their matches, then you got to pick up the Singles Playbook by Fuzzy Yellow Balls. It's all broken down by the type of opponent you play against, and it's over 50 pages, strategy after strategy. And what's really cool is each page comes with a QR code, so you can watch a video of exactly how to use each strategy. Just use my link in the description and pinned in the first comment. And if you're looking for people in your local area to play matches against or practice with, or you want to find a coach who's close to you who can help you with your game, then use my link for PlayYourCourt. And it's playyourcourt.com/2-minute-tennis. When you use my link to sign up, you get 50% off. When you get a short ball, attack. And if your opponent is attacking, look how far back he is, right? That's where most of your opponents are going to be when they're approaching. People don't hit approach shots and then just arrive at the net. That's not what happens. There's going to be a lot of room. So get the ball with some spin or gravity or both, right? You don't have to crush it. Just allow gravity and spin to do their work and give the volleyer a low ball. It's going to be so much easier to win the point. And when you're at the net and you have a volley, a low volley or half volley, keep the ball in front of you so that what happened to Ohio State doesn't happen to you. You work on these single strategies, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.